Is the image of the beast already being formed? Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Simple Things. Now, the Texas Board of Education has just voted to incorporate the Bible in its public school curriculum. Now, this might seem like good news to many, as this was legally a part of the school system in many states back in the day. Take a look at this clip from NBC News.
Right now, Texas is at the center of the battle over religion in public schools. Minutes ago, the state's Board of Education approved a new and controversial curriculum for elementary schools that includes teachings from the Bible. This is all part of a larger trend of Republican-led states making moves to incorporate the Bible in public school education. NBC News correspondent Antonia Hilton joins me now. So, Antonia, let's talk about what exactly is in this new curriculum for Texas public schools. How does the Bible factor into it?
Well, Vicki, it changes from year to year. So initially for very young children, they're going to learn about things like the Golden Rule or some of the parables and speeches, essentially, that Jesus gave in the Bible. And then it will transform a bit as kids get older. So in fifth grade, for example, they start to learn about Juneteenth, the famous holiday when slaves were freed in Texas. But they'll learn about how former President Abraham Lincoln was a Christian, and it was Christianity that guided his decision making. For people who are a bit concerned about this, which actually includes Democrats and Republicans who've raised concerns, they say that it infuses Christianity in places where it isn't necessary, and that it also does that at times at the expense of other faiths, that it could make kids who don't identify as Christians feel left out or like they're not as important to this country. Take a listen to one person who's concerned about this.
Good point. Very good point.
I love the Bible. I think that the Bible should be read and studied, but it's not the job of public schools to be indoctrinating young children through the teaching of Bible stories when they should be teaching reading and language arts.
And that's a lot of the concern that we heard from both sides. It was a very narrow majority that passed this, Vicki.
What do supporters say about that very concern?
That's it exactly.
Supporters say that, look, Christianity is important, that many of our leaders are and have been Christians, and so it's only right to learn about this.
But what about what John F. Kennedy said in his famous 1960 speech?
I believe in an America where the separation of church and state is absolute, where no Catholic prelate would tell the president, should he be Catholic, how to act, and no Protestant minister would tell his parishioners for whom to vote. I believe in an America that is officially neither Catholic, Protestant, nor Jewish, where no public official either requests or accepts instructions on public policy from the Pope, the National Council of Churches, or any other ecclesiastical source.
On pages 443 to 445 of the book, The Great Controversy by Ellen G. White, we read, "When the early church became corrupted by departing from the simplicity of the gospel and accepting heathen rites and customs, she lost the spirit and power of God. And in order to control the consciences of the people, she sought the support of the secular power. The result was the papacy, a church that controlled the power of the state and employed it to further her own ends, especially for the punishment of heresy. When the leading churches of the United States, uniting upon such points of doctrines as are held by them in common, shall influence the state to enforce their decrees and to sustain their institutions, then Protestant America will have formed an image of the Roman hierarchy, and the infliction of civil penalties upon dissenters will inevitably result." Now, we all know that an image is just a likeness of something else. America is described in Revelation 13 as another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Let's look at verses 14 and 15, and I'll read. "And he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And you can study the reason the pilgrims came to this country in relation to Revelation 12 and Revelation 13. And I have a video here that touches briefly on this to get a background of this prophecy. Given all the recent hoopla about putting back the 10 Commandments in school, is this Texas ruling a precursor to the image of the beast? Or is the image of the beast already been formed? Remember, the final movements will be rapid ones. Always be reminded of these two clips.
Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again.
Religion and Christianity are the biggest things missing from this country. And I truly believe that we need to bring them back, and we have to bring them back fast. I think it's one of the biggest problems we have. That's why our country is going haywire. We've lost religion in our country.
Thanks for watching.